This is the afternoon of February 21st of 2017. We're on the Glacier Line. I just wanted to make this very short video to demonstrate facing point versus trailing point maneuvers on a model railroad. This is applicable to real life too. This is how they do it. So we can see a very short train we've got here, pulling two hopper cars in the front. They actually go to the grain elevator, and two box cars in the rear. As we can see, there's a crossover where this is parked very near to. I should have waited until somebody else was here with me to be able to do the switches. And at this end we can see the grain elevator and the track leading under it, and also the siding right here that comes down in front of the freight house. But what we need to be able to do is we need to be able to put the grain cars over at the grain elevator, which is going to involve getting the engine on the other end of the train. Hence, that is a facing maneuver. We'll start with the easy maneuver first. We'll do a trailing point maneuver to start, and that just involves dropping off the box cars at the freight house. You have to bear with me, I climbed up on a ladder to make it get a better shot of the track. Very, very simple to do a trailing point maneuver. All the engine has to do is drive past the turnout, which would be right here. And we can see the siding going down. On the real railroads, you get the cars classified correctly in the yard. I should say, if they do a good job of getting the cars classified, it makes switching a very simple thing. So here we are, trailing point maneuver. We passed the switch, we trailed past the switch, and now we're dropping the cars into the siding. And we'll spot the cars farther down here at the end of the line. Okay. Now at this point the brakeman would get out on the real railroad and they would uncouple the cars. And now we're ready to do the facing point maneuver. So we come out of the siding, back onto the main. Now clear of the trailing point turnout. Throwing the turnout. Now the trick is, in order to put these cars in front of the grain elevators, the engine has to be on the other side of them. So what has to happen now is the engine will move these cars back just beyond the track right here, main 1 and main 2. And the engine will uncouple from these cars and leave them right here. Now the engine has to get on the other side. So we'll come in front of the split of main 1, main 2. We'll go around to the back of the train on main 2. To the center crossover switches. Now we're ready to hook onto the other end of the train. Have to back up again. My points didn't get all the way over. Only when the camera's running. We do this all the time. So here we are going through the cross. Now hooked onto the other end of the train we were just on. We have the two grain cars from this end, back through the crossovers. And this is our facing point maneuver. That's why it makes it much more interesting on a model railroad when you're setting one up, to be sure to have the ability around your spurs to be able to get to either side of your train. because you cannot do a facing point maneuver without the ability to get there. And so here we are. I've already thrown the turnout for the grain spur. Okay, we'll spot our cars right here in this position, right here. Then we're going to do our uncoupling. And then at this point, cars in the spurs here, facing point maneuver completed, and the box cars there with the trailing point completed. At this point, this engine has completed its duties, and that would be the explanation between a trailing point maneuver and a facing point maneuver.